Welcome back, everyone. I wish I could tell you that this painting is not going to turn out to be another swipe gone wild, but it is. So this is maybe a 12 by 16, so maybe I tried to paint over something that was a little too big, but I obviously didn't like this painting underneath, so I figured I would take a gamble. So I'm using the Bloom recipe. You can see that I've got some house paint down there. One of my most recent swipes gone wild, I swiped from the middle on both sides and then I stretched it out. And I liked it, but it wasn't exactly what I had in mind. So with this one, I thought to myself, I'll swipe it a little closer to the edge and then I'll have some really beautiful cells up toward the top, and then they'll maybe get a little bit smaller as I swipe down. That was my thought. I watch Erica Hughes and she does these amazing swipes and she makes it look really easy, and I watch her and I'm like, oh, I really love that color idea. I'm gonna go try it. When I do it, it looks nothing like I had in mind. I'm gonna get there. So I'm just taking you guys on my swipe gone wild journey with me. So obviously I sped this up significantly for your benefit. So I'm using a bunch of paint that I have mixed up. That's Bougainvillea by Colourarte. I have some Phthalo Blue by Amsterdam down there. There's some various things. This is Mystic Blue by Colourarte. Y'all know I love my Colourarte. I sometimes get overwhelmed when I'm deciding what colors to mix and I mix up more than I can use. That's Blue Bayou. Because how can you narrow it down to just a few colors? They're so pretty. So here I just kind of threw a bunch of colors down that I like. Some of them I threw down because they were almost empty. That might be Boysenberry or Snapdragon. I can't really tell from here, but I'm sorry about my voice being a little bit hoarse. I think that's Tanzanite. I had just gotten Tanzanite and I was using it here and there. So anyway, there's some more Tanzanite because I think it's pretty. So I just basically threw down a bunch of colors and I decided, well, I really don't like the painting that's underneath. So how bad can it be? That's Guatemalan green. So pretty. I never knew I would love that color that much. It's so pretty. Also Colourarte. I'm a fan of Colourarte pigments. And I use them very often. Again, Colourarte. That's probably Vavoom Red. That and Wine and Roses. I mix up all the time and I use them all the time. I love them so much. So in my mind, I figured, you can't go wrong with golden, iridescent, bright gold cell activator. One of my favorites. Starts off nice. Starts off kind of pretty, In my mind, I was like, yeah, these colors will be beautiful. They'll be vibrant in some places and a little more muted in some places. My husband walked by and said, oh, that's really pretty when I was doing that. But the way it stretches out looks nothing like that. So that's what I think I have to get better at, is maybe not laying the color down or swiping across, but not overstretching and actually ending up with a great result. But I hope you guys are enjoying the journey as we kind of practice together. I always enjoy when people share, regardless of how it turns out. I learn a lot from their journey, and so that's my hope, is to share that with you. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. If you have not yet subscribed, we would love it if you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. All right, so I'm trying to fill in that one space that didn't get very good coverage. So all I did is I just cut a smaller piece. I use those paint swatches from the hardware store. They work great for me. They're like the perfect amount of weight and pressure, but you can still control them a little bit better than like a paper towel. So around this time is when I realized I'm going to end up tilting off the part that I like the most just to get to the corner. So then I realized my idea of starting where I started to swipe was not the greatest idea. So it ends up just kind of being a really colorful, almost looks like kind of like an open pour with corners. But the way I look at it is I like it a heck of a lot better than I liked what I poured over. So it works out. And the colors are beautiful. That gold kind of peeks in, especially in the corner edges. I tried to get some of my cells back by tilting back, but very little of the lacing actually came back. So I was kind of bummed that it didn't turn out like I wanted, but this is how we learn, right? You practice, you practice, you practice. And so the more I do these, the more I think about what I would do differently with swipes to hopefully have some of these bigger pieces be more successful. So here I'm just trying to maximize, getting some of the drips off, of course, but trying to maximize as much lacing without it looking really awkward. The corners kind of look awkward compared to the rest of the piece, but I kind of think if I hang it vertically, it will look intentional. And because I kept trying to even it out, we created some kind of ripple effects with those lines. So that's what I mean. Like right there kind of looks like a straight pour to me. I think if I didn't know that I used the bloom recipe for this, I probably would not recognize that that was not just a straight pour or a ring pour gone wild. But I still love the colors. They're beautiful, and under resin, they really turned out to be beautiful. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for joining me on all my swipes gone wild adventures. If you haven't taken Shelley's course, again, there's a 15% off promo code in the description box. It's a great, great experience. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.